So this is our first unified healing love fest. And those words just popped in like, let's have a love fest, because what's happening out there seems like it's just a big effing fear fest. So I thought, let's have a love fest. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jen Cunnings. I've been doing healing work and coaching work for a lot of years. Patsy, I'm getting told I've got some audio issues, intermittent. If that is happening for everybody, would you guys put that in the chat and let me know if that is being affected? Okay. So Patsy, maybe just log on, log off and try that, because it seems everyone else is saying that it's clear. So as I was just sharing before we hit record, I had just been getting tapped on the shoulder to just let's bring us together, like no agenda. I've got a couple notes of things to chat about, but to just raise our vibration and move through all this fear that is being kind of surrounding the planet right now. And right before I got on, I have a 9-year-old and he's home, obviously, because the schools are closed. And I said, hey, do you have any advice that you'd want to share with, the group as we, move into a higher vibration of love and all this stuff? He says, stop panicking. That's good advice, honey. And then I said, well, do you have any advice on how to stop panicking? And he says, take some deep breaths. So out of the mouth of babes. So that's what we're here to do, because it's so prevalent, right? And whether you're even plugged into the media or not, and I'm not saying not to be discerned, to not, stay updated about what's happening, but we want to be really discerning about what we expose our energy to right now, because it's, I just wake up in the morning and I can feel it. I can feel the vibration of anxiousness and panic. And it's so easy to just realize like, oh my gosh, I'm in this. And then it starts like kind of closing in. And so we're going to do some energy work today so that you are able to really connect into your heart and your truth and be that calm in the storm. Like that's what we need to hold a higher space, a higher vibration, while still experiencing our own fears. Like, I don't have fear necessarily about the virus, but then everyone's talking about the economy, and then that'll kind of ding me. But then I was having other things that were totally unrelated to this come up, where I was feeling fearful about other things, but they were amplified like so much. So what I'm also been getting is that while this is happening externally and there is so much in the collective, it can also be reflecting back to us. And that we are like still holding on to fear from our past or other lives or whatever that is. It's where we still have fear present in ourselves. And will we ever be without fear in a human body? Probably not. But can we acknowledge that when it comes up and bring our tools in so that we can embrace it, acknowledge it, love it, and it dissipates, and then we can reconnect to who we really are at the core level. So that's why we're here. And today I've invited Darlene Owen and Megan Sillito and Linda Thomas to support us. And I'm going to turn it over to Darlene because she's going to begin an art piece for us. And she's going to talk a little bit about what that is and how that is going to be received by you guys. So let me go ahead and unmute Darlene if you're not already.
I think I am.
Okay.
Okay.
Here she is.
Hi, everybody. So, I got the message that I am just to be still during the call. And as, Jen, Linda, and Megan do what they're going to do, which is, we're going to be doing healing, obviously, and unifying all of us together for that purpose and that end. And what typically happens for me is that it's a channel. So I channel the art, and it is, sometimes it's simple, sometimes it's, funky stuff. I don't know. But what will happen is that it is twofold. It's an activation at the DNA level for whoever gazes upon it and receives and wants to receive. And it's also will have messages and codes in it for each individual, as well as I'm getting really strong information now that it's going to be a collective, obviously. So it may be more than one piece. And so once this is done at the end, once we share what we're going to be sharing, then I'll come on and share the pieces with you. And somehow we'll post those, or I'm not sure, Jen, how that would work, but I want them to be available to everyone so that they can access it. And we'll figure that out.
Awesome. Is there any intention that you are focusing on, or just kind of allowing whatever energy to come through?
Well, the intention is that we unite in love, which is the intention of this call. So that's the broad intention. But whatever, the other thing I keep getting today is I'm seeing a lot of root and sacral colors and imagery as I meditate today. I've also been seeing that with all my clients. So it will be to bring safety, the feeling of safety, into your body. So that will be the activation, as well as the love vibration, obviously.
Yeah. Cool.
So.
Awesome. Thank you. We'll look forward to seeing that, and, pipe in if there's anything that comes through midway that you want to share, because I know you get a lot of downloads when you do that art. And, for those of you who maybe haven't met Darlene before, the way that she channels her art, it's like light language that comes out in symbols, and through that, and every time that she creates something, as she mentioned, it's like an activation. So we'll be sharing that with you guys and then posting it for others, so that every time you gaze upon it, you receive another level of activation. And I'll be doing some light language on the call as well, so that you can and I'll record that separate, so that we can have some tools that we can reach for after this. Because as you guys have indicated, like, it's all kind of waving, like we kind of go in and out. Like, I'll just be feeling really optimistic and seeing and perceiving this from the highest perspective. And then I kind of like contract. And then I get I feel like I plug into the soup of it, and then I have to bring myself back out. And it's like this, Jana mentioned in the comments, it's like the ocean, like the waves. And funny enough, I pulled a couple cards, and one of them is the ocean, and it talks about flow, right? So we're just being in flow right now as best we can, because not only is this happening globally, but it's happening for us too, in a way that is, it's an opening for us. It's an awakening for us. And when we're in allowance of all the things, even the things that feel kind of heavy, it assists us in opening to more of that. So one of the things I was seeing, just side note, on one hand, I'm feeling all the soup of the panic and anxiety consciousness. But on another hand, I'm also been experiencing an extreme amount of energy come through. So I'd be curious if you guys want to put some comments in the chat. And it's not the panic energy. It's like I'm literally been receiving so much, I want to say, power kind of energy, like an opening. And it's almost like I can feel it viscerally in my body. Oh, yay, Megan. So yes, and we're going to turn this over to Megan here in a minute too, as well. Actually, I think I'm going to have Linda. Megan, why don't you come on and say a quick hi, and then everyone can meet you.
Hi, everybody. Hello. I'm so glad to be here today for more than one reason.
Yeah. How's the earthquake?
Well, interestingly enough, it was really terrifying when it came through this morning, because I had gotten into Salt Lake City super late, like 2:30 a.m. last night. And so when it hit at 7, it kind of brought me out of a deep sleep. And then there were tremors for another hour, with ending with another bigger one. And didn't know what it was, So my first, here's a fear thought. My first thought was Armageddon. So I think that's a little bit, that's a little bit much. But just with everything going on, and interestingly enough, now I feel more centered than before. It's almost like it moved something through me. And yeah, it's kind of weird. It's almost like, okay, well, it's not to that level. We got this virus thing, like it was kind of a perspective shift for me, as well as I believe it moves some things through my body, which I'm going to do some things with the body today, because it's one thing to have, like, to be able to change your mindset. But if you don't get the sort of cortisol fight or flight out of your body, it will continue to build up. And it's a great way to pop out of fear very quickly. So I think actually it literally shook some stuff out of me. Yeah. Like, it's kind of interesting. So I don't know what's going to come through today, but it's going to be really cool. I'm sure of it.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. And thanks for being here after experiencing that kind of morning. And when she texted me that this morning, I was like, that's crazy, because I've been seeing, like, I feel like our whole planet's been shaken. And it's like when I just kind of close my eyes and meditate, it's like we're like the fear and the lower energies are being shaken out. So that's so interesting that you actually had that experience in your body as well. I was doing some meditation the other day, and I felt like I had to, like, literally shake my body. So, yeah, thanks for bringing that body work to us, because that is huge for us right now. So one more just quick thing I've been seeing, I just wanted to share, and then I'm going to turn it over to Linda Thomas so she can read a couple poems, or whatever she chooses, because she's been channeling this poetry, and it's been really powerful. And there's energy in the words, and I invited her here today to share these really powerful poems. But, like, you guys probably don't know this unless you have kids, but there's this video game called Splatoon, and there's two characters, and they both have these, like, paint guns, and they're shooting, like, hoses of color. And so when I got the words, like, a love fest, it's like the whole planet's being sprayed with, like, dark colors, dark gray, black, and we got to come back and we got to do the love colors. And in the way the game goes, it's like you're kind of competing, right? Like, love versus dark. And this is why it's so important for us to gather in numbers like this, because we amplify the power and we can cover the planet with light again. So I really want to heartfelt thank everybody who's here, because your contribution is essential, and we are being called to do this work right now, like hit over the head with a 2x4. And one last quick message is, in the session I was on earlier today, I'm an empath. You guys are probably all empaths. My client was an empath, and we found that she was not only just plugging into the collective fear, but she was taking it in her body. And she's like, and I felt like she wasn't doing it consciously, but, like, at some level, she felt like she was being of service by doing this. And I kind of started to channel, and I got really firm with her. And I want to share this with you guys because it's really important. It is not a service to hold other people's energy in your body. And that is why it's important to be so discerning about what we plug our energy into, because if we're plugging into the fear and we're taking it on, we're lowering our vibration, and we're not doing the most powerful work we can do. Right? Then the energy of that love vibration, light vibration diminishes. So it's so important to stay in your sovereignty, work through the energies and emotions you're feeling. Don't disregard them. Don't do that. Like, be an allowance of everything you're feeling, don't judge it, be an allowance of it, work through it, so then you can plug in higher. And again, that's why we're here today, because we're all holding some dense energies. We're human, that happens, but we want to be here and be able to hold the highest vibration, because they're not going to do it. The media is not going to do it, right? And you are all conscious beings who know that in a world of illusion, that frequency is what is most important. And so what frequency are we holding? And if we plug into a lower frequency, love the hell out of yourself, give it some love, give it some compassion, and let it move through you, so then you can be able to be clearer to connect into your true self, which is a pure divine frequency. So that's the energy we want to bring through today. And I'm going to turn it over to Miss Linda. And Linda, are you available to read your very powerful poems for us to kick off our energy?
Yes, ma'am. I'm really nervous, so forgive me if I stumble. Okay. I'm going to start with this one poem, and I guess I'll just get to it. My sisters, my brothers, our power grows. As we gather, we remember our sacred circles existed before time. We channel divine power of the universe. As we gather in sacred circle, our unique gifts become united. Earth's vibrations are raising. Miracles are created. Fierce love abounds. Forgiveness reigns. Healing ourselves, the earth, the universe. We are powerful. We are divine warriors. Remember. I have another poem to read, but before I do that, I thought I would do a little light language. So, this is new to me too. So, so kuya na satukwa sete pina soshota kya setukwa. Shana sekwa sete pina tuya shata kwa sate kasa kwana yana pietua. Shose pina saka shate kwa sata yana kwa yana amana so shate pina wasatua. Sasa shana se he una se pinua sutua se tepiana saka te ke pinua te ki tupa. So shana se pianua se mansokua yasa. Shosa te pio so kua se kwana se shatuka sa kwa se shatu santa se shata. So yanama sotua. Sa. Okay, one more. Divine warriors, as we gather, our powers grow stronger. Again, we are called upon to shine the power of our gifts. Together, we will defeat the darkness, the fear. Our light cannot be dimmed. The darkness cannot hide. Mother Earth guides us, waiting to devour the darkness we deliver. Divine Source empowers us with endless light and love. Our time has come. We are ready, powerful, fierce. We are divine warriors. Woo! Namaste.
Namaste.
I'm done, Miss Jen.
Okay, thank you, Linda. That was so powerful. I mean, when you talk about the earth devouring darkness. And when I read that for the first time, like my body vibrates so hard. I had so much chills. I mean, I literally like did that. So thank you so much, Linda. It's so important for us to receive the messages. And yeah, and everyone's, I don't know if you can see the chat, Linda, but maybe go into the chat to see everybody's amazing comments. Thank you.
Jen.
Keep them coming, Linda. They are powerful and they are energy changers. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Linda,
Yes.
I just got led to show this to everyone. This is from your light language and your poems.
Wow. Thank you, Darlene.
Thank you.
All right. So let's turn it over to Miss Megan. I'm going to mute myself so that when she comes on. And just a quick introduction for you guys if you haven't met Megan before. She's been a coach and mentor of mine for many years. And I met her through this workshop that she does called Live Your Magic. And she's currently doing one called Creating with Kindness. And we were on a call the other day. And the reason I wanted Megan to be here today with us is like, she was just, she called it her soapbox, but she was just bringing through just so much beautiful insight from the higher perspectives that of course we can't get when we're watching the news, right? So we get this one perspective and it's not the 100% truth. It's probably not a lot of truth. So bringing through these higher perspectives. And so Megan's a coach and a healer and a teacher. And I just find that, the voice that she's she's been sharing is so important for us to hear and to spread. And so Miss Megan.
Thank you, Jen. Thanks for asking me to be here. I really, truly believe, like, I just agree with what everybody's saying on the call. It's so important for us to come together right now because, 99% of the population-ish is really kind of swept in this milieu of stuff. And our energy creates, our consciousness creates, and we are birthing a new world. This is my sense of what's happening. That's, to me, when you talk about the undercurrent, or like there's this fear and then you check in and then there's this energy, there is something new rising. There's like, feels so much like birth to me. And I bet I birthed a lot of babies in my life, just in consciousness in general, the last 25 years, like helping people kind of come through the unconscious state to the conscious state. And so along with there's a and so I've been playing with tools to be able to bring myself back faster, because I feel really called to be a voice, a leader right now, and to be a space of, this is where we hold ourselves, not in unconsciousness, not in fear, but here. And yes, we're going to have waves, and yes, we're going to have contraction. And it's so important for us to have allowance for all of that. And even have allowance for the people whose only resourceful tool is to buy extra toilet paper. Like if that's kind of all they know to do, and it's like, okay, I'm sorry, that's your only tool right now, and to have allowance for that, and also to laugh. Like I'm loving all like the memes that are happening and all of that, to just, that's, I think in community we can come together and go, wow, this is some crazy shit, people, and like kind of blow off some of that fear frequency and laughter is probably the most powerful tool for moving.
Hey, Megan, if you can hear me, your audio is super slow. Uh-oh. She's all garbled. Yeah, I know we have an audio. Hold on, this is what I'm gonna do. I don't think she knows. Hang on one second, guys. Let me see if we can get her back. That's Megan's own version of light language coming through.
My internet out, so I'm booting my.
Okay,
So hold on.
take your time.
Testing. Testing.
Yeah, it's still. Okay, now I don't hear anything at all. So I'm just going to piggyback until you get your audio back.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Oh, maybe not.
Okay.
It says Megan Sillito's network bandwidth is low is the message I just got on my screen. So, hey guys, just while Megan's getting her audio, go ahead and just help her to clear any issues with internet. Just asking for the bandwidth to be at the optimal frequency so we can receive her and hear her. Okay. So let's see. I just felt something clear, so. All right. Megan, are you still with us? Oh, she left the room. Okay. Well, while we wait for her to get back, I'll just kind of add on to what she was saying. And I had pulled a couple cards before we got on our call today. And, you know, she talked about birthing a new earth. And one of the messages I got was for us, dream for the new earth. Time now for a magical life. Communing with all life. New energies, time of growth, higher perspective, believe in yourself, big shifts. And so, you know, in what she was saying, like, even though we're also experiencing kind of what's happening collectively, this I keep hearing is a catalyst. This is a catalyst for expansion, a catalyst for us to shift the trajectory of where we're going on this planet so we can come from a place of more unification, more global love. We've been in a paradigm for so long of this versus that. And so I feel from that, you know, from the highest perspective, if we can truly connect into our hearts and connect into our higher selves and get to the truth of what this is really about, it actually is a beautiful unfolding, even though it might look like poo on the news. Okay. And yes, people are getting the virus. Yes, people are getting sick. Yes, there's definite things that are happening, but at the highest perspective, this trajectory is going to be of greatest benefit to us as a humanity. So birthing the new earth is where I would love for you to direct your attention towards, you know, thinking about creating this new earth, this new paradigm, how you could envision it if you were the most, and you are the most magical creator of worlds, creator of new earth, creator of your new life. Like, that's what's happening. And so if we're intentional about it, then we can even add more power. Megan, are you back there? Okay.
I think I am. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I was just buying time, but I was just adding on to your creating new realities because that's huge. So I'm going to mute myself and you get back on it.
I get back on it. You were you were saying it so beautifully, Jen. That's really, you said even though it looks like poo on the news, well, you know what? Birth kind of looks like poo sometimes. Have you ever been at somebody's birth? Like, it kind of looks like poo. It doesn't look very fun. Not till that baby comes through do we all go, ah, like, for a little while you're going, ee, And so I really feel like that's a great metaphor for us because it does look like poo sometimes. And it is painful sometimes. And it is contractive. And if you've done all your Lamaze classes in your hypnobirthing, then you're ready to go. And that's what this is. I feel like this is like us coming together to bring some consciousness and some tools so that the birthing process can become more easeful, more joyful. And because the truth is we're getting born, like, and that's kind of true too. Like, once you chose
It looks like Megan froze again. She's just bringing through too much power. She's just messing her internet. I know. Okay, can you guys hear me okay? All right, and what else is possible? And let's see what we can do to, so maybe what I'll do while she works on that is, let me just text her and see if she knows. So maybe we can do the energy meditation that I was planning and then see if that resolves. Maybe Christy is suggesting that maybe I can call her and you guys can listen on speaker. Let's try that. Let's see how that comes through, and let's see. We're gonna utilize the hell out of technology today. Allison says I'm very rosy. I know, it's because there's so much energy. My cheeks hit. I'm hot. I'm flushed right now. We got a lot of energy.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there she is. Yes.
Yes. There's no internet. A lot of the internet's down here, so my phone keeps trying to go over to internet, so I turned it off so we can stay on the cell. I figured out what was going on. So I'm not sure where I was when I cut out, but the word sovereignty, Jen, really stood out for me because we have to be the sovereign of our energy, of our consciousness, of our state of being, and we get to choose our reality and not react to our reality. And the truth is, for those of us who've been doing inner work for a while, it's go time. Like, we've been practicing moving out of our contractions and moving out of our fear and all of that. And you know what, guys? If we can move through this, we can move through anything. If we can shift out of these massive contractions, we can shift out of anything. And, I was listening to one of my really good friends, Catherine McIntosh, who is a facilitator of a body of work that I also facilitate in Access Consciousness. And she was talking about allowance last night and allowance for the waves and all of that. But then she also said, we also have to have allowance for, and I'm going to say it in a different way than she did, but for the greatness of our being and soul that is being birthed right now, the power that's asking to be shone through us and to be emanated from us. It's time to speak up. It's time to hold that space. You know, I put some positive information that, you know, the United States, they don't really like the positive information so much for whatever reason, you know, and I knew that I was going to get backlash from it last night. You know, it's like, no, like there's positive news happening. Like, it's not a complete picture if all we're doing is throwing fear shit out there. That's not the whole picture of what's happening right now. And so I feel like it's so important to stand tall in it. Just because we're being positive does not mean we're being naive. And everywhere that's coming at any of you on this call, like, I want to like uncreate and destroy that, release and dissipate it, oogly boogly boo, and poof it away, because it's return that to sender, because that's not our reality. That is not our reality. We know that light is stronger. We know the power of our hearts, of our being. Like, an infinite being is just that. We're infinite. We're greater than anything that's in front of us. We are greater than any circumstance. We are greater than any situation. We just forgot that for a really long time and let situations and circumstances pull us by the nose hairs, you know, around and around. And this is go time. This is that time that for us to stand and say, let's go. Let's go. Let's hold hands. Let's hold hands. Let's jump out of the airplane. Let's get ourselves birthed. Let's support one another in love and in kindness and in joy and in everything that we can muster in between the contractions. You know, there will be contractions. There will be people that die. There will be people that get sick. That is part of the contractive nature, but that is not a reason to leave the light. Because what I know for damn straight is that coming from fear will not move us forward through this portal faster or easier. It will become harder and harder and harder if we choose that route. We get to choose. Are we going to birth with joy and love and beautiful poems and art and light language and dancing? Or are we going to birth going, bleh? Well, you know, if that's fun for you, cool. You know, like, let's do it in the way that speaks to us all to do it, but let's do it together. You know, I was on a healing circle, big global healing circle call on Sunday night, and there were people from all over the world in all different denominations. You know, we had a Christian preacher, we had a guy that ran across India and sits in dark for long periods of time because he likes to transmute fear. Like, we had everything in between. And it was so beautiful, because what I really realized is that we are all carrying the frequency of this birth, of this awakening. We are all carrying that thread. And the more that we connect to our divinity, the more we pull the thread of this awakening through the portal. When we connect to our divinity and to our infiniteness, we are taking that thread and pulling this energy through the portal, through the birthing canal that we're all experiencing right now. So I, for one, am just in these moments when I get in these spaces with, you know, these groups of people, I'm so excited, you know. And this morning when I was all alone with the earthquake, I was like, duh! And so, and that's, I get to have allowance for that. As you know, as a leader, I get to say this, I get scared too. And we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, you know, clearly. But what I do know is that when I do everything I can to come to being in this present moment with all my gifts and all my capacities, that I am infinite and that there's nothing greater than me. And I am a voice for something different. And that's all of us on this call right now. We all have that capacity to hit that space and beam that light out, like, really big, you know? So I think there was something else I wanted to say to that, but I'll let it come through again. I think it wants to come through in a different way. So what I would love to do is I'm going to give Jen the link to the dance list that we created. I'm going to also give you a link. My Qigong master has put out a free immunity boosting kit. And it's 4 Qigong practices that turn your immunity on and up. And I had pneumonia pretty much over a period of 7 months last year. And this has brought my immunity back on track like nothing has. And it's made me feel bulletproof right now of like, okay, I know I'm going to be okay. If I hadn't had that, I don't know if I would have probably had to quarantine my dumb self, you know? So, so here's some resources, here's some tools, but I want to show you guys and maybe have you guys join me if you're willing to get weird with me, to shake off. It's a Qigong move, but what it does is it's what animals do after they run from their prey or from their attackers. They literally shake off, just like you were talking about with your hands, Jen. But we're going to do this with our whole body. We're going to shake off the cortisol, the fight or flight energy. So if you guys are up for that, want to do it with me. We're going to stand up. And I can't see you all anymore because I'm just on my phone, but let's do this together. And then you know what keeps coming in my mind is the, who's the gal that sings, shake it off, the haters gonna hate. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So shake it off. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're literally, it comes from your feet, and you're gonna bounce your feet, and your shoulders are hanging. So you don't wanna because the cortisol, the adrenaline runs through our arms and legs, and it takes all the energy from like our core or our center. So you don't want to necessarily do that. You can add that in a moment where there's a lot of panic, but for this is intended to release the stress, release the cortisol, and calm your nervous system. So you might start out with if you're like super scared, because that's going to start moving some of that fear. But then move it towards just bouncing and shaking, and do that for about 3 minutes while you breathe in your nose, out your mouth, cleansing breath. So breathe in your nose, breathing in light, breathing in energy, and out your mouth. Yeah. We're just going to do this for a couple of minutes. We're just going to bounce. And let's bounce it out of the collective. Like, so what I want you guys to do is I want you to imagine these, like we're big old boulders in this big old pond called life. And we're plopping in, and those ripples are going boom, boom, boom. So let's shoot the ripples of the release of the stress from our bodies, from our minds. Here's the thing, you guys, we can't outthink fear. Fear is occurring because we are thinking. So if you are afraid and you're trying to think yourself out of it, you're likely to start doing doomsday shit. So maybe I've done it, you know, like this morning, Armageddon, you know. If you try to think it, your thinking is going to come from your fight or flight. It's not reliable. So if you can move yourself out of fear, and that's why I'm providing the dance list and this Qigong stuff, because what it does, our bodies have a huge contribution for this earth. And if our bodies are filled with fear, we're putting more toxins into the air, we're putting more toxins into the earth. Okay. And shake, 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 shake. And shake it, shake it, shake, 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 shake. Woo, woo. By the way, this is kind of funny, and I don't mean to offend because I grew up Mormon, but the earthquake, so we at our Mormon temples, we have this prophet named Moroni. He's a gold statue, and he stands on the temple with his trumpet, and the earthquake broke his trumpet off. So somewhere on the street of Salt Lake City is Moroni's trumpet. Shit's changing, people. It is changing, I tell you. Whew. Whew. So we get to choose who we're going to be in this. We get to choose. We don't get to choose what's happening. We don't get to choose the circumstance. We don't get to choose how long it takes for us to move out of this. What we do get to choose is who are we being. And in my interesting point of view, that will move this expansion quicker and faster through, and more ease, more joy, more glory. We got this. And you know what? Every one of us on this call has capacities that are being awakened right now. One of the things that happens is that when, and you guys have probably all experienced it, most of our capacities were actually woken up through trauma. Okay? And that doesn't get to be the future. I mean, my Live Your Magic is about opening them up in a totally different environment. That's what I'm doing in Live Your Magic. And right now, we're being activated. The light workers, the healers, we're all being activated. The ones that are like, have the flag for consciousness. In our bodies, we have something that can turn other bodies on. Our bodies can turn our own immune systems on and up, and we can turn other bodies on. As empaths, it's so important to radiate out, not pull in, not pull that shit through us. That's what we've done our whole lives. It's a bastardization of the empathy. Our job is to radiate out. Shine it, sisters and brothers, shine it. Shine it out. Like you have energy and capacities that can help what's happening right now. Will you say yes to them? Will you say yes to them? Yes, yes, thumbs up. Whatever capacity can be turned on right now in you, in your body, that you have, that can change this and that can heal this, will you do it? Boom. Turn it on, turn it on, turn it on, turn it on, turn it on. Whew. Okay. I think I'm done. I think I'm done with my hallelujah, brothers and sisters. I was on preacher again. I keep going into the preacher. And just kind of notice your energy now. Just notice how the energy is flowing through your body, how it feels, how the energy flow is. And by the way, something really, really simple is nose breathing. If you're just sitting on your couch and you get some piece of news and you're kind of freaked out a bit, breathe in and out your nose in like a spinal breathing, right? Like a rhythmic breathing for like 3 minutes. It will shift you from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic, which is that calm part of your nervous system that has the capacity for whole brain thinking. All right, Jen, back at you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you, Darlene.
Oh my gosh.
Woo, woo, woo.
Darlene, keep talking so that because when you're talking and you
Okay.
show that, you go to the big screen.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so this is what came through when Megan was talking.
Wow. I love that so much. That makes me so happy. Hey, if you can, Jen, could you put those in the follow-up email?
Yep.
Are you doing a follow-up email with the replay?
Yeah, we'll post. I'm not sure how it's all going to logistically go. I didn't get that far ahead, but yes, we're going to be sharing Darlene's images and a recording of this as well. So free for everybody. So thank you, Megan. That was, and not only is it effective in clearing the fear, and I knew it was working energetically. I was gripping, which is my indicator on clearing energy, but it was fun. And now my energy feels so much lighter and playful. And it's like a twofold, right? Like you're clearing out the density, and then you're like, oh, I can be a kid again. And how fun is that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kids know how to live in the unknown.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're in the moment way, way, way more.
Well, it was funny. I don't think you made it on the call at this point, but I had asked Cohen before I got on. I said, hey, do you have any advice for everybody on the call today about, you know, how to navigate through all this that's happening. And he said, stop panicking. And I said, well, what should we do to stop panic? And he said, take some deep breaths.
Mm. See, he could have done my part.
I know, it's awesome. But thank you for that. And everything that you said, I hope you guys, you know, receive the truth of that, and the truth of like, each of you is here as a gift. And like we were talking about earlier, I've been feeling all this energy come through. And to me, that's like my power coming in, and like our capacities, our gifts, our magical powers, all these energies are coming in to open that, so we can really show up to be who we are and what we're here to do. And it might just be you sitting in your living room radiating out that energy that Megan just talked about. That might be what you're here to do. And or what the guy in the cave transmuting fear for the planet. It doesn't have to look like doing it. It's just you embodying the being that you are, so much so that you're able to be in that light. Kim had posted earlier, I don't know where it is, it's not taking me back, but basically we want to bring everything into the light, including all of our shadows. And we have shadows of fear, we have shadows of anger, resentment, past stuff. We want to acknowledge that, embrace it all, so that we can be in that space of light, so we can radiate that out. So that's what we're going to do now. And just do like a little meditation and group connection, so we can take everything we've just generated, connect into our divine, true centered selves, and connect that with each other and essentially amplify it out. And so I will start that now. I don't think there was anything else. There was a note that I made, but that's okay. Yes. So I invite you now. Take a breath now that we've shaken out some of that lower vibrational energy. And we're just going to get centered and relaxed in our bodies now. Feel the love in your heart for yourself and everybody on this call, everybody who listens to this call afterwards, all of your family, friends, everyone you know, everyone they know, and extending that heartfelt love energy to everybody on this planet, all doing the best that we can with what we have. And I want you to drop fully into your bodies, where you are noticing your lower half of your body. Feel your lower half of the body as if you were sitting on some sand or some plush grass. And allow the pulse of Mother Earth to support you underneath your body. Breathe her beautiful energy in, and allow her to receive anything from you that you're ready to let go of right now. Any of that shadow, any of that density. She's holding her hands up, saying to you, hand me over your worries, your fears. Allow her to transmute them for you. And as this gently and easily and effortlessly just releases from your body without effort, just allowance, bring your focus and awareness into your heart center. And in this heart center, the beautiful light that is your divine truth, the essence of your soul, your infiniteness. It's a purity of you that is pure light, always there. And I want you now to connect that light to everybody on this call. You might imagine these heart lights gathering in a place so it becomes this beautiful, huge ball of light with all of our heart lights contributing, and inviting in all the others on this planet to put their energy in here as well. So we have this huge, brilliant light that contains all of our beautiful heart lights. And I want you to imagine that you're filling this light with your positive intentions of love and light, of peace and calm, of comfort and compassion, of joy, of bliss, of fun, of play. That little kid energy we just talked about, infuse it in this ball of light. And then together as one, as we are all one, we're going to send this ball of light and expand it across and within the whole globe, the whole planet, into the waters, into the earth, into every single human, animal, living being. See every cell in your body and every cell and everybody's body be bathed in this light with your pure intentions. Let this light travel deep within you to all parts of your body. And I'm just going to bring through a little light language as you continue to amplify and magnify this light within yourself and everything around you beyond the planet, lighting up the whole universe. Kuma aya ato aya ne e ka oro hu sata asatia sha ia satikiasa. You are held and supported and loved in this moment more than you could possibly know. Kora asaye eso no moro ia sato koro hutiana ashaya sokoaya sate ena areato korokia. Ohana a do oro ohne e kana oro soto ya shayana satakiani e torokua. Pora enara soto karea shatakosa yane e soto rokua siya ku. You are receiving your birthright. You are activating your birthright in what you came here to do and be. Koporokosa satakenemere soto korokia sania soto korosetia shadikia. Embrace all of yourself. Koporo satakene e koro uyana onomoro kotiana asoto korokiasi. Koporo konia shatano soto korohiene e koporo koro soto rokia. This is about receiving your power, receiving how powerful you are, and speaking that, sharing that, shining that out, radiating that out. Kukane e korokurua sata koreane e sotoro oriana ahata asoto orea sate ke oa. Koro asani e ko ne e kane e ko ana mo oku ana ayasoto korekiasi. This is your time to shine and spread your wings. Kopande eneme e kodayane e tane ato ko asate yaso korekia. Connecting into your hearts and the truth. The truth that you know within you. The sovereignty of your truth that is only you know. and trusting yourself, trusting what you know to be true for you. Kuporiana, Oriana, Sokui, Keane, Ekwa, Satokua. Just allow yourself to receive the magnitude of yourself. Allow yourself to receive your divine aspects, your multidimensional, infinite self. Allow yourself to welcome that in your body now. Connecting into the earth. And then just as you receive more of who you are, shining more of who you are. So let's just blanket this planet one more time. Seeing everybody lit up in light. And then just when you're ready, we'll come back. Whew. All right, Darlene, I'm going to turn that over to you. Oh, where'd you go?
Okay. Can you see it? So this is, everybody will get a different, well, everybody will have a different message, but it is the collective is what I received. And we're all a part of the flow and the emergence. So that's what I got.
Anything else you want to share before we close today?
Yes, I'm led to, let me stand up. So I'm just going to do some light language for everyone. So just receive. Thank you. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Darlene. And we will get those pictures posted. Maybe we'll post it on the Facebook event. And I'll see if I think I can send a follow-up email to everybody who's registered. So we'll work on the technical the technical aspects. All right. Anybody else? Megan, any last words, or Linda, anything else you guys want to share? I feel so uplifted. I'm so grateful for everybody being here. Oh, thank you, Melissa. Are you going to do your meditation today, Melissa?
That was yesterday.
Oh, okay. Are you going to do another one?
I am. I'm going to do another free Facebook Live event for mindfulness meditation and tools.
Okay, so you're doing it on Facebook Live?
Yes.
Okay. Let's post about this as well. Melissa teaches mindfulness meditation, which of course is like supremely important right now. So thank you. Yeah, I think we're all feeling the call to share and to gather. So
absolutely.
yes. All right. Anyone else before we close want to share any messages or anything that would be a contribution to all of us?
I just love being on the planet with you people. I love this energy. I love, like, this is so, to me, also the beginnings of the oneness that is part of the new energy coming in, and us coming together as one with all of our gifts, contributing, receiving, the infinite gifting and receiving is so beautiful. I'm so grateful for you, Jen, and for stepping up and leading this. And it's just such a beautiful experience in every way. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for I know you have a very busy schedule and just coming in, so thank you so much. And Megan has lots of offerings that she's got going on right now as well, so you guys can check out her website, megansillito.com.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I feel like there was something else. Oh well. Anyone else want to share before we close? And we'll share the recording. Oh, I know the other thing I was going to share is, I don't know when, but we'll be doing another one of these soon. And so I will be kind of inviting different people on. There could be 12 of us all at once. It would just be a long call. So just keep your eyes open and please share, because, those numbers, it's so important for us to stay connected while we're all at home.
Jen, I can post my poems if anybody wants to read them.
Absolutely. Yeah. I read them several times when you send them, Linda, because I just receive so much from them. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. And they're saying yes, please post. All right, beautiful beings, go out there, shine your light and love. And if you're not feeling light and love, give yourself some light and love, and embrace all that what's coming up for you, because it's probably, there'll probably be another round of things showing up for us. Reach out to your friends and your family for support. We're not in this alone. To Megan's point, like, it's just like the beginning of us remembering that we actually are one. And we never were not one. We just were all jacked up in the illusion of it, right? So we're shedding that illusion now. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody. I'm moving over to the screen so I can see everybody now. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Darlene and Linda. Those were beautiful gifts. Thank you so much.
All right. Lots of love to you guys. Oh, Leslie, she's so sweet. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Linda.
It was awesome.
For sharing your poetry.
Thank you. It's wonderful.
Bye, guys. Have a beautiful day.